He hosts Left Past 10, which is
He
another
does.
really fun one. Have you been on Left Past 10?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that
been
one's
on it.
fun. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. That's a really fun show.
Mm-hmm.
I love Matt.
Who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't love Matt? It's like, yeah, thanks for the shout out to the show.
Fucking piece of shit
When the
cocksucker
fuck did we have
opens
Jeff
up the
Waldorf
show
on?
with someone sucking his dick off. How come you don't open the show with someone sucking my dick off? What the
Hey.
fuck, man?
Hey,
This is my show too.
I love
No,
Matt.
it's a letter hack controlled show, unfortunately.
No, I love Matt.
Jesus, more like a fucking welcome
I-
mat. I'm gonna
What an
step all
intro.
over you and rub my shoes off.
I would like to hear more of this going forward. I'd like to hear more people saying I love Matt because
Yeah,
look at how
really.
easy it rolls off Mike's tongue. Come on.
We have a debt we have to pay now, which is we've got to get people to promote the show and dog on Matt.
Yeah,
Good
fuck this
luck.
guy.
I'm lovable.
Oh, it's like 75% of a great show and 25%
no, I am
North
lovable.
Carolina.
I am lovable.
Whoa.
Oh, nice. That's
Gotcha.
oh man. That I feel like the music needs to keep going in the background. Jeez.
I came up
I-
with that plan, and you said, "Oh, it's too complicated." Like this is like
Come to the
episode 5
conclusion.
or something when we were first coming up with the concept of like theme songs and stuff. And you're like,
I love
"Oh,
Matt.
I decided that I don't look enough like a cop going to his divorce hearing in my daily life. so-
Yeah, and you're nailing it right now. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is great. You got to have the back the blue like wristband. That's the only thing you're missing. Maybe a tattoo.
Yeah,
on your
okay, like-
forehead?
A recently fired cop.
Oh,
then.
so now we have a fucking gamer over here. Look at me wearing my goddamn Atari hat.
What does it remind me
Name
of?
5 Atari games.
5?
5.
Asteroid,
Oh yeah.
Centipede, Pitfall.
You looking at the list down there? What's down there? What's on your
Yeah, I have a list
What's
of
down there?
Atari
Wait,
games on my
wait a
Yeah,
minute,
what's
wait a
down
minute.
there?
desk.
Pitfall. I'm gonna be looking that up.
Space Invaders?
Space Invaders was on the Atari?
Pretty
Like
sure.
genuine question because I
It had
actually
a
don't know.
bunch of shitty ports. They might have had Space Invaders on that. bitch.
And I said Asteroid. That was my jam. I don't know about Space Invaders. I think it was. But yeah, I had the Atari 6400.
Oh, 6400.
Single
Oh,
remote. Single remote.
Wow, big high roller trust fund baby over here with
Back
the
in the
Atari
day.
64. I've only played the
Yeah.
26. I,
There was
I
a
don't have
tank
the,
game.
The
There was a
resource.
tank game on there. I forget what it was called.
tank game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You love the Atari. That's why you got the hat. What's
It's the
What's
coolest
that?
fucking hat.
what's that text
It
say?
is
I don't. I
cool.
can't.
It's
read.
Atari in
It just says Atari.
Japanese.
Okay.
Yes,
Ah,
in Japanese characters, which I forget what the official name for that is. But
okay. Bit that I will consistently find funny is very backward progressive. I've been doing this bit since like childhood. Imagine, for example, if he was like, "Oh, it's Atari, but in Moonspeak."
Wow. Whoa. Wow.
Just the or somebody who's like differentiating between like Korean and Japanese and be like, no, you've got the wrong kind of Chinese. That man's a Korean, you see.
I like there's this older
well-meaning,
video. Older video of a white guy.
We're
who comes
we're
up-
only 5 minutes in. We're
But I was
fucking-
canceled.
Wow, this is a great show so far.
Canceled.
There's
I
a
mean-
older like TikTok or something of a white guy who walks up to a Asian woman on a hiking trail and he's like, "So where are you from?" And she's like, "San Francisco" or something like that. And he's like, "No, I mean before." And she goes, "Oh, my whole family's from here." And he's like, "No, I mean, where are your people from?" And she goes, "My grandmother's Korean." He goes, "I knew it was either that or Japanese." And then he's like, "I have this great teriyaki barbecue place near my," and he starts doing that, right? And
Oh,
she's like,
no.
"So where are you from?" And he goes, "Well, America." And she goes, "No, like, where are you from?" And he's like, "San Diego." And she's like, "Like before," he goes, "Oh, well, I guess my people are from England." And she starts going, "Hello, governor. How you doing? Oh, I want some toast and beans." And they're like, really does it like way over the
Yeah,
top.
that's good.
And he's
That's
like,
great.
Oh, that's what I fucking sound like.
Yeah,
Well, that's healthy. That's good and healthy.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's
and that's the
exactly
exact
how
kind
you
of-
get someone to never do that again. Like for real.
well, yeah, that's the kind of like, and I don't mean this as in in a derogatory way, but that's the kind of like
As opposed to what you
childish-
said earlier, you know.
Yeah, which I meant in a little bit, but no, no, that's like the sort of like childhood innocence, like the ignorance from actual innocence, where I can totally see how an adult gets to that point and says a stupid thing like, "No, but where are your people from?" Like, but to,
I
like
think
that's
you're on a-
healthy.
I think you're on
You
a
could-
curve as a child. I think there's some leeway there.
You're
It's
on a
like,
curve as
this-
a child, definitely, and it
You gotta
doesn't mean
learn
you
at
should
some
be
point.
on a curve as an adult. Like you have to
That's-
offer an apology probably at that point, but it doesn't mean it was coming from a place of like cruelty. Like they weren't pretending not to know. Just
I'll
so they
tell
could
you this:
say it
if
and-
someone talks to me on a hike, they're not
That's a
going
big-
home for supper. Okay, no one talks to
But,
me on a hike. That's just not happening.
yeah,
the bit is that it's like this is what all white guys do. That's the bit. It's that.
yeah, but that bit, you know, is useful
Heard.
because that is like it shows also, hey, here's a healthy way. Like you demonstrate why it's nonsensical. Like my people are from Lithuania, I guess, but I haven't eaten a cabbage in a good long time. It's good for illustrating that stuff.
Yeah.
I love this show, and I love Matt. Doesn't that just sound natural? Think about how natural that fucking sounds. Anyway,
That
what's
caught
up,
me by-
Carlos?
That caught me by surprise. That's pretty awesome, though.
Did someone love
Oh,
Matt?
I get-
that to do by surprise. And
I
me
get
too,
shout outs
honestly.
like that all the time. Like
no,
all
like the
time.
change of intro. I was like, what? The Humanist Report. Mike's a good guy.
I
Yeah,
love Mike.
that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. We have to go around praising leftist mafia and just only talk about Rebecca Azor.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, she is the best member
Oh,
of the
shit,
show.
sorry.
So
Leftist Mafia is awesome. I love Rebecca Azor.
Yeah.
All right, clipped and
I
I
shipped.
love Leftist Mafia. Like, if I remember I was watching their show, and I subscribed
on
to
there?
everyone on YouTube. And my favorite member who makes YouTube videos was that Illuminati person. She makes
Yeah.
really fantastic videos. I was sure to because
That-
they were promoting the hell out
jeez.
of her. So I went and watched all of her videos, and I'm glad I did. I really learned a lot. So thank you to Leftist Mafia for
Okay,
providing
that's
great
why.
people.
Matt's
to go
nervous
listen to.
because he's the only one with something to lose. He's the only one getting plugged here.
That's why. That's why there's.
And that's why I haven't been on Leftist Mafia in a long time.
That's why people aren't saying I love Andrea. But
they don't
look,
love me.
this is the thing. That's why it's very difficult for people on the left, on the online left, to support other people because there's this thing called leaving the left, and there's this thing where people are just in it for the clicks and to monetize. That's why they got into online media, and that makes it very difficult to know like who to trust. And it happens too often. Whereas on
I
the
definitely
right,
don't trust.
they're all like
Matt.
that.
I speak list of people, top 10 motherfuckers I will never trust. Matt Strackbine, number 6. Just
Number
Oh,
six.
number
untrustworthy.
6.
Yeah, he's not a trustworthy fellow.
Most
Like,
platforms only let you go to 4, so it'll never be more public than this.
That made it so much more of an effective dig because that's such a practical place for someone to be on the list.
Yeah, number 6.
I
It's
think
not bad.
you don't trust me because why? I'm too reliable.
Well, you
I'm too
were an
honest.
Atari hat, and you could barely name a single fucking game for the goddamn
I don't.
system.
I'm not playing Atari today
Also, you're
it's
wearing an
nostalgic.
iMod for Letterhack shirt as if you're
because
actually
I
modding.
do.
You don't. You're doing the show instead. Other people are modding for you.
You might be
You're
the
not in
only
chat
person who
banning
doesn't.
anybody.
I'm looking at the chat twice.
Yeah, you're looking at it twice.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? You're looking at it twice.
I
What is
have
that?
it
It's stolen.
in
Are you
the
Santa Claus? What
in
are you doing?
StreamYard, and I have the YouTube over here to make sure it doesn't freeze on me,
What?
and the chat is visible.
What?
The
Why
funny
are
thing
you-
is, my mind went to the exact same thing. I was like, the Santa Claus? Is he Santa?
Yeah,
What?
this motherfucker. I mean, he's got the hair color to be Santa Claus.
Matt's
I'm
got his
down-
list and he's checking it twice.
Oh, that.
Oh.
And Godzilla -1.
Yep.
sold out during the pre-order. So
Here you go.
I'm drenched in pop culture because everyone knows that
Whereas
modding
I'm
for letter
creating pop
hackers.
culture.
Yes,
Ladies
well,
and gentlemen,
That's true.
this suit cost me a whopping $100 for a full suit,
that's
jacket
pretty.
and the pants.
That's actually a good deal.
Right?
I have like
Sounds
4
thrifty.
articles of clothing that I rotate between. That's why you see me wearing like 2, maybe 3 t-shirts, maybe a hoodie.
Okay.
I don't. I went through a phase where I bought clothes. I tried them. I only need 4 or 5 outfits. That's all I really need.
Actually,
That's the trick with this. This is one of the many reasons why I love a suit so dearly. You get
versatility.
5 suits, you've got 15 outfits.
Oh yeah.
You wear
Amazing.
the suit, or you just wear the shirt with the pants. You can wear tucked, untucked. You can wear the suit without the shirt and a t-shirt, right?
You got to have like
Tee
the
is just-
buttons be like 1 or 2 buttons off,
There
so
you
that
go.
one side
Sometimes
is down
tie,
way further.
sometimes no tie, sometimes
Oh,
hat,
yeah.
sometimes no hat.
Sometimes
socks,
a tie that's
sometimes no
untied,
socks.
but it's still there a little bit. You know?
Dress shoes, tennis shoes, very versatile.
in,
Belt, no
out.
belt. Yeah,
Boom.
right.
All kinds
Yep.
of things.
That's
Roll
right.
up the sleeves, keep the sleeves rolled down, buttoned, unrolled.
So whether I'm walking into or getting thrown out of the whorehouse, I'm dressed for the occasion at all times.
Yeah, you're perfect. It's great.
I just had this instant image of Jake, jacket over the shoulder, smoking, just like, good evening. Just like it was the most natural fucking thing.
Nah, he's wearing something that makes it like he's got a pipe,
Exactly accurate.
tobacco pipe type deal. I think is what I'm envisioning.
Or he's like rolling a cigarette. He's like
Oh,
out
that's-
front, leaning against a light post, rolling
Well,
a
oh, yeah.
cigarette.
I mean, it's 2025. I'm poisoning myself like a modern man, but the principle's there, and I did used to literally roll
with
them
those
quite correct.
fucking. You get those little cartridges. Is that what's in there?
Yeah.
Little there they are.
I'm just looking for an
Um,
excuse to hold up topic relevant items. I don't know why I enjoy
Yeah,
it so much.
you
but I
love
do.
doing it. Like when you brought up like the fucking pickles or whatever that one time. Like, whoop, didn't see
Yes.
that coming. And let
When
me guess,
somebody
you're gonna
mentioned
bring open.
sunglasses.
You're looking around. Do I have any here? Like that's the thing about it that's really insane to me is that like you're actually looking around. Like I might have some pickles. I really don't know.
I mean, I only have Momofuku Chili Crunch. Wait, Chili
Oh, man.
Crunch.
I love that kind of shit. That brand is. I don't know if I've had that brand, but
It's
I've
a
had some
restaurant.
brands.
It's a restaurant.
Is
Robert De Niro owns that. I think Robert De
Do-
Niro
does
owns
he?
that, right? I think so.
Carlos, I literally can't tell when Matt is messing with me.
It's
is
the
Matt
chef
messing with me?
from.
I have no idea. Like I'm
It's
here.
that
Like,
one chef.
are we gonna get like confirmation? I don't know.
Yeah, we
I've
need
never.
to find
I've never even seen
It's
that before.
also a Elvis Costello song, Momofuku. I
Hmm.
think it's about the restaurant. It's
It tells you what a backward fucking guy I am. I've had this jar of spice for some time, and the entire time I thought it was Mama Fuku, like a character named like Mother Fuku, basically. But it's
Momofuku.
Momo. You're right.
Yep.
So hopefully that puts the first 5 minutes of the show in more context for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, great. We're ready to start.
Oh, good. Oh, we're starting. Okay.
Well, we're not quite ready because we have to psychoanalyze Carlos's outfit. What kind of hoodie is that? Is that like
Yeah,
Zelda or
yeah.
something? What do you got?
No, this is a jacket from a friend. Wait,
Oh.
is it this side? Yeah, it's from Magic the Gathering. He made like a group called Mirrodin, the Mirrodin Institute of Technology.
Mm.
Oh
It's
wow,
a play
custom
on-
job.
Yeah, so he had made a play on MIT, and just
Okay.
kind of made this for Magic the Gathering.
And you wear that on your programs? Is that like showing solidarity with Magic?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just wore it because it's the first jacket I picked out.
Mm. Okay, that's interesting. You
Let's
got the
play
what's
this
that
game.
Funko Pop back there? What is that?
That's Bernie Sanders.
Okay. I see.
That's
Those are
crazy.
going up in price because of the tariffs. You got to watch out.
I love
For
how
real.
Andrew's like, "Do you even play Atari?" But she's not like, "Are you even a democratic socialist? Come on,
Come on.
aren't you gonna razz him? Why is that only for me? Why is that? You got the hair for Santa Claus? That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
I said hair color, just to be clear.
It's like you're just grasping at insults. But let's
That is true. I am grasping
play
at
this
insults.
game.
But once
Name the
once
weirdest thing-
Carlos has been on here for like the 6th or 7th time, then that's when the insults will come. So
Okay.
Let 'em
I'll,
fly.
I'll have my little the card that you punch in whenever you go to like different places that offer like gifts or discounts
card.
when you
yeah,
Punch
like
card.
a punch card. Yeah,
Punch
I'll
card
have my punch
Carlos.
have
card
that
ready.
next to your list of Atari games, so
I'm
that
just
you
gonna
never know.
nickname you Punch Card from now on.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I got an
All right,
idea
let's
for
go
how
with
to
the
play
game.
this game.
Okay.
What if we did it like Monopoly pieces, where you guys, I'll select 3 things, and you guys each pick one,
Okay.
and then the audience votes on what was the weirdest thing that I had off screen but still in reach.
Okay.
All right.
We've got and you know what? I'll do 4, and I'll just take the worst. Hot honey. It's honey, but it's hot.
Hot how?
No, that
What?
makes sense. Yeah.
Like spicy hot?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you
Yeah.
have that for? I
No,
can't
that makes
believe you
sense to
have
me.
that. What is next? What is gonna happen next?
No, here's
For
the
what I
thing. Hot honey is a
wanna-
great thing to have. Having it in arm's reach at your computer desk. That's
Yeah,
the weird
I
part,
have
okay?
questions.
The
Yeah.
hot honey, that's great. Sign me
Just
up.
for what I want, a little spicy tongue. When I say something spicy. We got homemade chess piece.
That's actually cool.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
All right, Carlos, you can take the chess piece.
I'll
let you have
shaving cream. Pretty standard.
Yeah,
case
that's
you need to shave
also a
on
thing that
stream.
I keep in my desk. Yep.
Didn't you shave on stream that one time?
Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense.
Old fashioned iPod.
Yep, we're getting
Oh,
into the
wow.
next item.
Case.
Wow, I'll take that because it's almost analog.
Yeah. I feel like that might be enough items, but let's
Yeah.
include an old classic eye patch.
Oh yeah, the classic eye patch.
Which of these strange items? So who is the?
I'll take
Matt
the hot
was-
honey
All
because
right.
you know,
Andrea's hot honey.
an accurate
I like that. You got a
representation.
nickname, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I'll take the,
Matt, old fashioned iPod. You've got Carlos, my friend. You've got shaving cream, eye patch, homemade chess piece.
As far as like the weirdest thing on the desk, I would say shaving cream.
Okay. Audience, it is between hot honey, shaving cream, and old fashioned iPod. Which is the weirdest thing that's in reach constantly?
Hold on. I'll do a poll in my chat.
Dum, dum,
Hot honey,
dum, dum,
iPod,
dum,
and
dum,
shaving
dum.
cream.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We got a poll going in my chat. And just so
Well,
everyone knows,
while that's going,
iPod
I'll
was
walk you
mine.
through some
oh,
some
fuck,
other
hot
items
honey.
that were there, but not quite ready
Honorable
for
mention.
not quite weird enough. A green screen appropriate tie. Contacts that are not mine.
This is great. This is great.
Half of a leash.
Makes sense. I get it.
Many glue sticks. Unopened.
This is. I
No,
feel like
that's-
we're
you never
finding
know,
out Jake
yeah.
is a serial killer.
no,
This
this
is
makes
not
sense. These are
normal.
all trophies. Yeah, these are all the serial killer victim trophies. That's,
Oh right, you can't weed.
oh, that
You
makes
can
sense.
show
That's the
that.
most logical thing.
A non-green screen appropriate pink tie. You might be
Okay.
thinking, why does he only have pink ties?
I prefer the pink tide.
He does
personally.
not.
Nope.
Nice. Okay.
I've got one of these.
Weed I don't recognize.
Are we just playing the game of bringing up shit? Because this is what's on my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This
the
is what
runners
I've
up
got
game.
on
What do
my
you got?
desk. Is that time that Latino Mufune yelled at me on Discord? That's on my desk.
I have.
You know, that's what I,
love
have.
that you
within-
framed it.
Yeah, no, it was one of the proudest moments of my life.
I
I
don't
got
have anything
multiple
weird.
pens. This is I got at least 3 pens here. I got a copy of Pokemon Green. You never know when you need that one.
Mhm.
Um,
Ooh.
Yep.
I've got a seltzer. You know, it's pretty good. I've got a book. There you go.
Okay. Oh, I'm
Um,
gonna beat your ass, my friend. 1 second.
Whoa.
I got-
Whoa.
I got-
Well, we're allowing people to get
Jake?
up now.
Jake has like a
We're allowed
box
to
of
get up?
insane stuff.
Okay. Well, if we're allowed
I've got
to get
a
up,
book written by my daddy.
Oh wow,
You've
there
got-
it is. We've heard
SpongeBob
of this.
animation art. Now that does look cool. You know,
I mean, if
this is
Ooh,
one of
that is
my
good.
favorite things that I own.
we can get up from our desk, I win. I'm in my library of nerddom. Like I have Captain Planet #1 right here.
You're right. We can't.
Here's-
We can't get up from our desks. Fortunately,
I don't know
put
how to
that book
open
back
these.
down
Okay,
on my
here
desk.
we have
I'm re-entering a book by my dad.
I have the
Donkey
Marjorie
Kong Land. Huh? Huh? Donkey Kong
Marjorie-
Land.
Wait, walk. I get Donkey Kong Land. What's this one here?
Marjorie,
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Neanderthal. Marjorie
Good,
Neanderthal
that's good,
green.
yeah.
Oh, well
Coaster.
done. Well done.
Microfiber. It's a cloth.
Oh yeah.
And you never.
Yeah,
I
know,
have
that's
that
super
too.
important.
I also have
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Microfibers. Come on now.
Oh yeah. See, yeah. so
Oh,
you got-
look what I found.
Okay.
Yeah, we all gotta bust out the microfibers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
So here's
Yeah.
another item I found on my desk. Microphone. I talk
Oh
into
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
That's on my.
The worst
Okay.
dad jokes. Is that
that
what
where,
Matt uses?
I
Are
would've
those your cue
assumed-
cards?
Yeah.
Oh my
the
God,
dope-
he's been doping this whole
Yeah,
time.
I thought that he was just genuinely intelligent, but now we know that that's not the case.
Oh well, I mean, I memorize them. But
Give me 5 dad jokes right now because you're such a huge fan of dad jokes. Go.
Yeah.
actually, I prefer elevator jokes because they work on so many levels. I actually,
That's not bad.
I know, but in all seriousness, I used to be really afraid of speed bumps, but now I'm slowly getting over them.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. That's 2. That's 2.
A lot of people think that French fries are
You're looking
cooked
at
in
the list?
France.
You got
No,
dyslexia.
I
you were
was
struggling to-
rearranging my coaster. that
You
I
were
moved.
reading the cue card on the desk.
A lot of people think that French fries are cooked in France, but they're actually cooked in Greece.
Ooh. They're actually cooked in oil, but that's okay.
One day, if we colonize Mars, I want to put a restaurant up there.
You
because
really, you're
I
just
think it
like
would have-
reading. You can't look down while you're doing.
I'm not reading shit
There's Mars, a restaurant up.
because I think the atmosphere would be good. I mean, these aren't.
You got to be looking
to read
directly,
them.
no
Literally ask for it.
blinking. You have to look like this while you do the jokes. Otherwise, you could be cheating.
How many was that? 4?
That was 4. Yeah. So you could not do 5. So
I don't know. Those are my best ones, but my best
Yeah.
those are my go-to. I don't know. I would make a joke about archery, but I don't see the point. I'd made that one up. That was that. There's an original
pretty good.
for
Yeah,
number
that's not bad.
5.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
solid. I got it.
You want to see something? Oh, I guess we're done with the game. Oh, let me end the poll. Hold on,
yeah,
folks.
Yeah, we need to know.
Didn't even break out.
Hot honey
Roller
with
replacement.
52, shaving
Party
cream with
roll.
41, iPod with 6. Hot
So
honey
wait,
wins
what-
it.
wait,
Hot honey.
51%.
that's
shaving
not.
cream,
No,
41%.
no. I reject this.
Stop the
win.
count.
That's
Hot
the
honey is
weirdest thing.
That's not the weirdest thing.
It is.
I know.
Well,
Like no,
Planet Earth
no.
disagrees.
Anyone who voted hot honey, I'm sorry, you're a dummy. You're a fucking
It's
idiot.
weird
That's
as-
totally normal.
Why would you
That's
have that on
totally
your
normal.
desk?
It's you know what else is weird to have a
the same
shaving
spicy.
cream is fucking weird. You're gonna
I
get
have
that
this.
shit all over the place. What the fuck is that?
That's a
This
little
is-
tool.
Is that how
This
you
is a
break into
tool
people's
for
cars?
your watches to get the band.
Oh,
off.
okay, that
This
makes
is
sense.
a NATO watch strap. So to get the watch
Mm.
strap off, I also
believe in
have.
Otan.
Magic pen.
Oh,
I
Nintendo
sorry, y'all, I
DS.
see my
Apple
French,
Pencil and to go with the microfiber cloth. To
But
clean
all
the
of that
screen.
makes
That's
sense.
great.
I
Here's
know.
what I have on my
this
desk.
is all
I
very
have
organized,
estrogen on my
orderly
desk.
desk.
Estrogen's pretty cool. I've got more pens. Isn't that wonderful?
Pack
Another
of hand wipes
microfiber.
from when I
I
was
have another
two
one
of
of
these.
these.
news.
The same color, so you
during
might think
COVID.
it's the same one, but I assure you it is not. I've got a cartridge slot for Pokemon Green.
Yep.
You know, you got to put that
You
in
guys
there.
got cluttered desks.
You know, look at that.
But
Playing-
all of this makes sense. I'm trying to process the shaving cream
look at this.
and the hot honey.
It is hot as fuck right now, by the way. So you know,
What's
just-
28.2 in
It's hot as fuck.
real numbers?
I'm sweating. That's what it
It's
is.
like 70.
I'm losing my
Ooh.
shit.
There.
One of these. I don't like this one, but I do use it sometimes. Once in a while.
I have a light
Um,
table.
You have a what?
A light
You have a table on your desk. Let's see what we got here. Oh, is that like a cutting board?
You plug it
It's
in.
a draw.
Oh, so
Oh,
it
light.
shines through the paper and lets you trace your own drawings for animating?
You can do that, but I use it to register film positives for screen printing.
Oh.
Film positives. All right. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, I got something. This is interesting. We got cables. I believe this is for Famicom.
Everybody
Famicom
has
cables.
cables. Everybody has cables.
For the Famicom, though. Famicom?
I haven't.
Yeah, it's the
Well, this is-
knowledge of the device. that
Technically,
makes
this
it
is
more
the remastered Famicom because it doesn't. This is not the
Oh.
RF. So
I repurposed a 2009 Toshiba TV as a second monitor.
What?
Hmm,
Yeah,
That's actually
it's
kinda
like
cool.
right here.
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, man, well, it's got HDMI. I wonder if this is gonna work. And it fucking works. Actually, it might be 2010, but it works. I can't believe it. It's like I was like, oh, the resolution is gonna be weird. The aspect ratio is gonna be off. It's not. It's great, and it's like counts as like lighting, so I don't need my ring lights.
Nice.
It's awesome.
I don't think anyone needs ring lights.
I did. I'm,
True.
I think that's
in a
like
dark
top 10
basement.
things that people get because they want to be professional YouTubers, but it actually makes everything worse.
If you
You ever
get
like see the ring lights in people's like glasses? It just looks ugly. It's gross.
If
like,
you
no one
get
needs to
ring
be that
lights-
bright, we're gonna see your forehead sweat. It's just ugh, gross.
they need to point at each other across your desk, not at you. This way. That's enough light. Then you're lit appropriate. It's really
I just
cool.
open up Notepad on one of my screens and then maximize it. Look at this. This is how I want to light myself up. Look at
Mm.
this.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Put up Notepad.
That works
Yeah.
actually really well.
Yeah.
You're not in dark mode.
Yep. Throwing up
You're
Notepad.
hurting your eyes. You're hurting your eyes ultimately.
That is the only thing that bums me out about Google Docs is that I cannot get it in dark mode.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
By the way, we can see your screen and your glasses. We can see everything you're clicking on, Jake. We can see your
I see
entire
everything.
browsing history.
So
Yeah.
did you guys hear there was some controversy about and this has been debunked. It was about you remembered the Robin Hood, I think it was Ridley Scott did it. It was Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. Remember this?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a minute ago, right?
Yeah. So Amazon Prime has it. And in the opening, like they put a scroll up here. I'll show you. I thought I had it. Yeah. They put a scroll up and it's missing the text. And this made the rounds in 2022, and now that it's back, now that Trump is in office,
What do
people
you
are
mean?
showing it again.
Start over. Wait.
Um,
It's so they put a scroll up in a movie? What are we talking about?
Yeah, so they show parchment, like a scroll,
Okay.
and they're going to give you it's old timey, and they're going to give you some text, and it's missing, it's blank.
Why?
And people are like, look at what the text is, so here, but like I said, it's been debunked, so don't get too excited about
Debunked?
it. And I'm not going to use the volume because there's music on this,
Oh wait. So the claim is that there was text and it was removed?
and they're going to show what the text was. But I just want to show this is what I call lefty fantasy land, where everyone starts to go like it's a conspiracy, and it's just not.
Okay. Is it just
So,
like
Here's
different
now they're
part
going
of
to
the
show
film,
you
or-
what it's supposed to say. And it said, yeah, see, that's Ridley Scott's thing. And so it actually, it's supposed to say like, here in times of tyranny and injustice, when the law of the people, it's about tyranny, right?
blah blah blah? Yeah.
So I should tell you I don't follow what we're seeing so far.
Yeah, I don't quite.
So in the original, when it came out
Okay.
in theaters, was there a
It's-
shot of just a blank piece of paper? Is that what you're
no.
saying?
No.
Okay.
When it came out in theater, there was all this talk on there that would make someone like Jeff Bezos, currently being accused of being part of a new oligarchy, uncomfortable to show it on Prime. And so it came up blank. It doesn't say the shit about tyranny and how the people should overthrow tyranny.
Yeah, I see
Like
what you're
they're
saying.
saying like he took it off. And everyone's like, isn't that fucking weird that right now when Trump and Bezos are working so side
Okay.
by side that they would just be blank, like as in Jeff Bezos removed that. Did you hear about
So
this
he
at
didn't?
Because it's like all over.
I
the
didn't
fucking
hear
place all
about
the
this,
time.
but
No.
It's
So
been
can you
all
tell
over
us?
the place.
So was the quote removed by someone else?
Yeah, because
never removed?
Well, because they show this shit internationally and they leave it blank so people can put it up in different languages. So it's a textless file that people will put up in. It'll be in German, it'll be in Japanese or whatever. And so they leave it blank. And so they accidentally got that version and put it up and didn't even realize. That's all. But I just thought it was funny that it was going around. And it's like it already went around once in 2022, and now it's going around again, and people are still trying to
Y'all
make,
remember
like,
when
my point
Donald
is there's
Trump
plenty
was
of shit to
censored out of
criticize.
Home
You don't have to
Alone
make
2?
stuff up.
I remember that. That was real. They really took him
But
out.
wait,
you hear what I'm
remember what?
saying?
Home Alone 2, Donald Trump got censored. They removed his scene. It's a critical
Oh.
scene. It was a load.
No, I don't
bearing
remember,
Scene.
but-
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
mean-
glad they've removed it, but
Yeah.
load bearing scene.
he
You can't
said,
remove it. It's not the same movie without him.
Take a Bill Cosby or a Kevin Spacey cameo out of a movie, you would. Like, I get it. That's fine.
I still go to watch a movie and I'm like, oh, Kevin Spacey, and I don't watch it.
Can
I wasn't that big
am I
of a
allowed
fan
to
in the
say
first
something?
place, but
Yeah.
I love Kevin Spacey. I think he's one of the best actors. It's a problem that I feel every time I watch a movie with him. I think he's brilliant. He's one of the
He's a
best
great actor,
actors.
too.
I
did
really.
you
if
see
I,
that
I would-
documentary about him?
He's a horrible guy. I mean, it's terrible how bad he is.
Did
It's
you
not
see
like,
it?
I did not see the documentary,
Okay,
but I've read
at
all
the
the
end-
sources and everything. But
At the end of the documentary, all the
Tell me.
men that accused him of
mm,
sexual assault and all this stuff, at the
not
end,
good.
they were like, no, yeah, I would totally work with him again. I don't think he should go to jail for it. It's just what happens in the
Mm.
industry. It was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait,
Terrible.
wait.
And
Yeah,
like,
they-
That's
he's
what just.
like,
Oh, this is just like what
and
happens.
those
They
fucking
go the
people
whole-
got killed. Like they died mysteriously. Some of
They
his
didn't bring
accusers.
that part up, but
Well,
they
it's horrible. He's a terrible person. He's Epstein times 2. But man, he can act. He can act. He's an actor, man.
I always
He's a
thought he
hell
was
of an
just
actor,
doing the
man.
same thing over. I thought he was just being Kevin Spacey every time.
Man, I think he's in some great movies.
Even
Yeah,
in
but so is
7,
De
it's
Niro.
just like, yeah, I agree.
That's fine.
Nah, I don't like it. I don't. Well, and it's like even De Niro got to a point where it was like, now you're just doing a De Niro parody. But I don't feel like he started out that way.
I've
But,
had a
like,
theory that there are two kinds of
Kevin Spacey
actors,
did.
and I've called it De Niro's or Gary Oldman's, where you're either just a naturally very charismatic person and you shop around yourself and your personality and try to find roles that fit it, and that's fine. And that's all De Niro is. It's not a bad thing. And
I don't
but
know,
it
man.
is what it is.
Taxi Driver and Godfather 2 are wildly different performances. Like,
I don't know,
Like,
man.
that's
You ever
pretty
see
big difference.
Meet the Parents? That's a different performance.
The whole time,
I have
Taxi
nipples,
Driver,
Greg.
Godfather
Can
2,
you milk
and Parents, he's just a quiet psychopath. That's all.
Actually,
That's the guy.
if you wanted to go back and watch Taxi Driver, it's a very like complex performance.
Oh
It-
yeah, it's a great one.
it-
Yeah.
it's not memorably complex, but if you go back and watch it, you'd be surprised. Maybe it to me every time I watch it, I'm like, damn, I forgot how like just creepy he is, and it's.
Do you
it's
remember when De
deep.
Niro played the British Army colonel? I don't remember the character name.
Is this a joke, or are you looking it
Yeah,
up?
it never happened. It never happened for a reason. Because he can't play a British Army colonel.
Oh,
He can't.
yeah, okay.
He's not good at doing.
I don't.
Robert
Or are you
De
saying
Niro.
that's like, hey man, if you can't do a British Army colonel, you shouldn't be an actor. Is that your standard for?
I'm just saying, he's all right.
When was Gary Oldman a
hard
British?
on De
Oh
Niro.
well, Churchill. It's pretty close, but he's British, right?
I've never
He's
seen a
kind of
movie and been surprised to find out that, oh my gosh, that's Robert De Niro.
I mean, I think that after a point, actors and directors, like movie makers in general, should support younger, new talent.
Sure, but I think that's separate.
I think they get to a
from
point where it's like you're
acting
just doing the
styles.
same thing.
Hey,
let me
if
just say,
Robert De
with
Niro
Gary-
wants to do the same thing, let him.
I'm not 100% convinced
thing.
that Carlos isn't going to reveal that he's Gary Oldman.
Carlos is
Have
just
you-
typing in the chat. Like this guy's just like he's not even in the.
Have
show.
you
He's-
seen?
He's just
have
a
you-
viewer. I see him getting into arguments, like
Yeah,
Sam
I'm
Peter's
fighting
gonna
with chat
sue
right
you
now.
for the fucking panels or whatever.
Have you seen
It's
Slow
busy.
Horses?
Hell
War
yeah.
Horse?
Slow Horses is
Oh.
one of the greatest shows. Gary Oldman is just so perfect in
I
that.
will be
He
right back.
plays like the biggest slob. It's awesome. Oh, hey, you want to see something cool? Oh, anyway, look, my point of showing that Robin Hood thing wasn't just, it seems kind of pointless. My point is, there's plenty of shit to criticize people for, Jeff Bezos especially. Like, you don't have to
Oh,
make
yeah.
shit up. You don't have to waste time
100%. Yeah.
What?
filming this and then filming this one and then saying, look, guys, it's a who gives a fuck anyway if he did that? It's
I mean,
obviously we know
he's a oligarch who has
Yeah.
an obscene amount of money, and
Who we
that's
talking about?
Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
So yeah, I mean, like that's it, right? That's the problem.
Yep.
He has an absurd amount of money that gives him an absurd amount of influence, and that gives him an absurd amount of power.
Hey,
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
well
it.
said.
There's
Um,
one thing that I can say about Jeff Bezos is that
Great
he
actor.
is probably the world's best cocksucker. Like,
Has
did you
he
see that
ever-
performance he did with Donald Trump when Donald Trump went out there and said, like, Amazon is attacking us, and then he called him up, sucked his dick through the phone. It was really impressive. So I gotta say,
he
the
does a
world's
good
best
British Army
cocksucker.
colonel.
I
Yeah,
mean, so
that
much
too.
so.
as we
that,
know,
like-
what are British Army colonels really good at? Sucking cock. That's what we know.
Was Brando ever a British Army? He was an
I
Army
just can't-
colonel.
I just
Apocalypse
can't
Now.
see Jeff Bezos ever considering the wants and needs of another person enough to even understand what you're supposed to do when it comes to fellatio. You know, there's a certain amount of empathy you have to have as a human
It's
being
like-
to be a skilled. Sucker.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it's just
Bill
not in him.
O'Reilly.
Say that
on
again?
Doing
Like,
phone
I
sex.
mean,
Phone dropped out?
Remember Bill O'Reilly doing phone sex where he's like, maybe I'll roll you around to falafel. What was he saying?
That's phone sex. You can't do that. Like I can't.
Do
What am I
you
supposed to? I'm
remember?
supposed to do like it's
it was like,
improv.
I'll use
No, it's too
luva
weird,
on
man.
your back and up and down.
No, I
like,
empathize.
dude.
I empathize, man. Hang up the fucking phone and just like go over someone's house, man. You get like this whole like role playing scenarios. Like I can't do that. Like it's
Oh, I'm sure some people
weird.
can do it fine, but
It is
Bill O'Reilly
weird,
couldn't.
man.
I loved when that got leaked. I had so much fun with that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was still like pleasantly immature in my life. I'm still immature, but not pleasantly. I have a lot of guilt
Yeah,
about it
you're
now.
very cantankerously immature. It's kind of
hey,
annoying, actually.
Actually, you know what? It's a great segue. We haven't talked this week about my new favorite toy store. Andrea, you want to hear about Toy Federation?
Cyrillus?
Were you here for Toy Federation, Jake? Right. Jesus Christ. And like left the studio. Didn't just turn off her camera, but like ditched. You were here when I talked about this, right, Jake?
I don't think so.
I was watching like 40,
Start with
50
Jaguar.
hours of a YouTube show
You gotta read.
where this retro toy store
Why am I actually? I don't mind
haggles
being down here.
over people bring in big tubs full of GI Joes and He-Mans and Star Wars figures, and they weigh the value, and then they buy them or trade. I didn't tell you about this.
Mm-mm.
No, I
It's
never. heard
awesome
about
because what I love about it is like they go, oh yeah, this one is a Taiwan variant, so the right leg always gets faded, but we have a bunch of right legs in the back that we could just swap them out with and give you a new toy. Or like, oh, the
I
gun
believe
for this.
correct term is China. Is
The-
Taiwan is the one true China, obviously.
Yeah, okay. The gun
True.
for this one character is always missing, so the gun alone is like $50. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like a little plastic. gun.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just neat that they're passionate about it, and they're like my age. The guy who owns the place is, I think, around my age. So, I'm watching this stuff on YouTube as I'm drawing or whatever. Then I'm like, man, where are these guys? They're an hour away from where I live. So I went there and bought a toy. I bought a G.I. Joe action figure that I had as a kid. It was $40 out of the box, but I traded some stuff and got it for 10. I got a t-shirt and the toy for 10. So
That's cool, dude.
then the next day was May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And so as a warm-up, I like drew them. I drew the 3 guys in the YouTube videos. And I met them. I was like standing in the store talking to these guys for like
Does
an
that
hour.
I a dad
Awesome.
joke, by the way? Are we allowed to?
Well,
May the 4th.
Yeah.
It's pretty universal. I don't think it's a dad joke. But I drew them, and they're now using it on their YouTube videos. And I just want to show you guys real quick like how they integrate it into their YouTube video. Can I?
Can we
It's
get them
pretty
on
cool.
Yeah.
Left Past
It's
10?
real short.
I would love to get these guys on Left Past 10. I feel like that would
Yeah.
because you've been talking about them for like 6 months on the show. So I feel like if we got them on here, it would finally put an end to this thing that we're doing for the last 6 months.
Then I'm not having them on.
Hmm.
All right. So hopefully that a commercial
Letterhack's
doesn't
going to have
play.
them on his show, but not this one.
Check it out.
The KB, they were $7.99.
That was there yesterday and it's still there this morning. So it's not like, oh wow, it was such a good deal, it had to go.
Wait, what was his rewind? What was his T-shirt? Was that
Yeah, it's Big Trouble in Little China.
that's a good one?
It's not like, oh wow, it
Or
was
no,
such a
it's
good
over the
deal, it had
top?
to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
over the
is it
top.
over the top.
All
Yeah.
right, so we got a guy coming
Man, I
with,
love
um,
Over the Top. Can we do a show where we just watch Over the Top? It may be one of
whenever-
the best movies. Oh man,
It's
Over the
great,
top.
right?
what a fucking! I think Over the Top might be better than Rocky. Even I think it's so good. It's one of my favorite Stallone films.
That's a hell of a stretch, but I'll
It's-
consider it.
The whole movie is from start to finish is a masterpiece. By the way, the art looks great, Matt.
I
love
didn't
that.
see the art.
I love Matt.
Oh, you
It was
didn't
the
see
art.
that real quick across the.
You
love
gotta show me one more time.
Yeah,
There's got to be a certain percent of our audience that needs to be.
I was so distracted by Over the Top because it's so good. It's such a good movie. It's like the last 30 minutes of Over the Top is I gotta watch that movie. Oh man, that's a great.
He's not here.
Ooh, if you went to KB, they were $7.99.
KB
That was
toy.
there yesterday and it's still there this morning. So it's not like, oh wow, it was such a good deal, it had to go.
That's
Oh!
it right there.
All right, so we got a guy coming
Cool,
with
right?
some Silverhawks.
Dude,
And
I keep forgetting that like I hang out with a proper professional. I was looking for the thing and I was waiting for the
You're like, it's
professional title card to
obviously-
get passed. I'm like, when are they going to show Matt's stuff? Oh right,
It's
yeah,
not that polished, cool thing.
No, yeah, I would never. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the
Awesome.
Over the Top shirt because that was really well done. Do
Um,
they sell those shirts? Is that the T-shirt that?
No, but those guys are always wearing cool shirts. Like I made sure to wear my Cobra shirt,
Nice.
but my wife was making fun of me when I left the house. She was like, "Oh, you put on a cool shirt," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna walk in there without a cool shirt on." I want those guys to be like, "Cool shirt." Like I'm gonna wear my Storm Shadow GI Joe shirt next time.
100%. You got to have nerd cred, basically.
No, I mean
Like,
I'm on both sides of it because like I love being a nerd, but also I love making fun of Letterhack. So it's like it's kind of like I don't know which way to go with this one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love Matt.
Yeah. So Carlos, what do you love about Matt? Can you list 5 things that you love about Matt?
I I love Matt. And I think that's the only thing that you're supposed to say. So I'll refer you to
Wait,
that
you
as
didn't
my
get the
official.
script?
I handed
my,
out a
sc-
script.
my script it just says I love Matt.
Oh, I got
5
5
times.
things I can
It says
rattle
it
off.
5 times.
I'm just following what I'm supposed to say.
The
5
5X
things I love
means
about Matt:
keep saying.
ears, eyes, chin, nose,
Oh,
laugh, shirt.
You know, my favorite part about Matt is
Sure.
he's a dedicated Atari fan. That's the one thing I know about him.
actually, pretty hardcore. Pretty
Yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah.
I played all those Duck Hunt. That was Nintendo.
Did yep.
Pac-Man.
I just saw Matt sheathe his nerd sword. Very slowly, like
Yeah. I was like,
Ooh.
and back out of the room
It's
here.
Close, brother.
Yeah.
I wanted to pitch something to a bunch of leftists, like a
Well,
cultural
wait till
thing that I
some are
wonder we
here.
could work on.
Oh, go ahead.
When is the proper time to cancel someone? And I'll put forward what I think because it's probably going to want to be changed, but
Are you
it's
gonna
the way
cancel
I'm
me?
thinking about this. Yeah, well, obviously we just cancel Andrea to be safe, but no, the correct. All right, fine, we won't cancel Andrea. I think when somebody's job that you're supporting allows them to do the harm that they would be canceled for. For example, if you found out that a cooking show host used to rob banks, it doesn't make any sense to cancel them because you're not preventing evil in the world. You're just denying the world of a competent cooking show. But if that cooking show host, fiddles with their staff in ways they shouldn't, then it makes sense to not watch that cooking show anymore. What do y'all think about when is the correct time to cancel someone?
Glasses on. That was good. Where you
I
put the
mean, I
point.
guess it just depends, right? Because if you're describing that situation, then like, yeah, of course they should be canceled. So I guess it's like something that you would know when you see it, because
That's like the Supreme Court definition of pornography.
exactly.
I think
Like,
that's the problem, though, because I think people that don't think about this stuff very much, but do act on it a whole lot, are kind of the problem. And I'm starting to hear progressives talked about in the way "quote unquote" social justice warriors were. Not even progressives, actually. Just cancel culture is sort of being lumped in as this thing that can be written off, and as it's just lefty nonsense. But
I never understood why
reason.
that's a lefty thing. Like when I was growing up,
Yeah.
George W.
It's
Bush
not.
was canceling people left and right. Like
because politicians are intentionally confusing the matter, which is why I think there should be a defined way. You should be able to articulate the circumstances beyond a gut feeling. What gives you that gut feeling?
I would say if someone
reasoning,
is being a piece of shit and is a trajectory based for me. So if someone says something shitty like Jake did at the start of the show, is that a trajectory of being shitty? Like when he brought on the Chili Crunch and then said he didn't know what the name was because he just assumed it was something else.
I need
Like you
clarification.
could make an argument that is a
Understood.
trajectory that is worthy of cancellation.
I need 2 points of clarification. One, Jake, was your original question about lefties canceling lefties? Because you were saying like you need to add leftists this question. So when we cancel anybody,
No, I need to ask leftists this question because I want it answered seriously by an
but
adult.
about canceling somebody no matter their politics.
Yeah,
Typology.
politics out of it entirely. It's not necessarily
Okay.
related to politics.
So then, well, because I mean,
I
the
asked for
left-
lefties just because I want grown-ups to answer.
Okay, but but it could also, it's not, I see now, but it could have been in the context that leftists happily cancel other leftists. Like, we don't hold back. Like, hey, that's
Oh, yeah,
fake
I cancel
populism.
everybody.
You're fucking out
Yeah.
of here. But
And I
like,
do like that about us, for the record.
yeah, and Alex Jones will not exist over here, right? We will not tolerate that shit. But
well,
the canceling isn't, I don't like De Niro. You know what I mean? Canceling isn't, I choose to, like, it's not individual. It's like, that's a collective thing. Like, canceling somebody is like, a lot of people just agreed this guy's out. And I think that's how you determine when it's okay or not. Because
You
is
wait for everybody else to decide for you?
that might be a reason why it's not okay. It's like, why is a group doing it? Is there some sort of a bandwagon effect?
No,
is it
it's
like
a boycott.
fear of being
That's all
left
it
out?
is.
It's a what?
Canceling in one way or another is a generalized boycott of a individual or individuals. So I guess not individual, an individual or group.
So right. So
you can
when is
cancel
it
a
okay
company.
to do that? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, under what? In other words, under what circumstances do you think it is the correct thing to do to boycott? Say,
But
an
that's what I
act?
mean. Like, if I'm not a part of it, it's not the correct
If
thing
Bill
to
Cosby
do.
had the Cosby
Right?
Show again, would you watch it? They
I
said
didn't
we're
even watch the
rebooting it.
first one. Yeah, I didn't even. see
No,
it.
but
Is he still alive? By the way,
Why not?
Is this a Mandela effect thing? Is he? I thought he died in prison.
I see that this is, I'm not challenging your question. I was just asking
No,
for
and I'm
some
not asking this-
clarification. Like, that's a weird, why wouldn't you watch Bill? He's a
No,
fucking
and I'm not
rapist.
suggesting that you can have a wrong answer. I'm saying literally, what's your reasoning? Because I agree with you, but I'm
No,
not
I'm getting,
100%
I haven't
what
said my
reason-
reasoning. That's
Okay.
why.
well,
I
then
was-
say it.
Well, this is what I'm saying is, like, if a group of people cancel somebody and I'm not a part of it, I kind of don't think it was worth doing. But if I am a part of it, then it's because there was some sort of disservice to innocence. Like, people innocent or vulnerable, somebody like, I think that crime by definition is generally like protecting capitalism, and like, I don't really care about crime, like commit crime. But if you're going to prey on the vulnerable or hurt the innocent, that's totally fucked up. Like, the world's bad enough. You know what I mean? So like, that's kind of where I draw the line. Like, I'm not just canceling people willy-nilly, but if somebody like Bill Cosby, like, I think we can all just kind of erase him from our history.
So we're really
I'm not buying pudding
really
pops. I
coloring
don't watch
on-
Fat Albert.
the very edges of the issue, but not talking about the main thing. It's straightforward. If you were to break it down into like
When
a,
they
like a
prey on the
definition or a
vulnerable, I think.
formula, when do you think is the correct time to start?
I
feeling
would
the way you feel
argue
about Cosby.
3 data points in a trajectory going in a negative direction. Negative direction being defined as a direction I don't like.
Let's use Brett Favre, because
like
that might,
Brett
more
Favre.
people might be like, yeah, he's not the only one who did that. Leave him alone. But like, he took COVID funding and used it for what, a volleyball court for his daughter's volleyball league or something, instead of putting it where it was supposed to go, to the community. Like, and it's not COVID funding, it's whatever they called it, relief money.
Yeah,
Like, I would say, fuck that guy.
100%.
And why isn't he in trouble? And like, fuck him. And but I could see how some people are like,
So fuck those
Big deal.
people. Just tell me what your reasoning is and why. So
Yeah,
for
because-
example, I say F Brett Favre because he's demonstrated he can't be trusted with a large amount of money and power.
but
can't-
it
you
was
can't-
meant for people who needed it, and he
Mhm.
fucked them over. And that's where I
Yeah.
draw the line. When you start
Exa-
fucking over
All right.
people who are vulnerable or needy, and like right now, well, that's not a good parallel. I was going to
Is
use
it
immigration, but it's
perpendicular?
not quite the same. No, but like I don't know why. For some reason, it made me think of the hundreds of thousands of people, or 100,000 people that we were going to give refugees. We were going to, what do you call it? We were going to give them asylum, and they said, "Nah, we're not doing that. Fuck that." Oh, but these 49 white South Africans, you guys, we'll give you cell phones and houses and
Oh yeah.
insurance. It'll be fine. We'll give you what most Americans don't have, right? Like we'll hook you up. I don't know why I drew that connection. There's no connection there, but
Carlos, under what circumstances do you think somebody should be canceled?
I mean, sort of like what Matt was saying. Something that
I
I was
love Matt.
thinking about was, for example, video game companies when they start to take advantage of their workers, when they start to screw over developers, stuff like that.
I have been boycotting every
Um,
AAA game studio for many years. Fuck that shit, man.
And yeah, it's usually along those lines of like, okay, well, you're actively exploiting people, so no.
Agreed. So in your case, would you listed here, would you keep it to video games? For example, if Todd Howard, head of Bethesda, not for much longer, God willing, if he ran for office, would you extend the canceling to that?
Right.
Like
I
there's
think
yeah.
no
that
way I'm voting
cancellation
for it.
is all encompassing.
Yeah, of course, because like
Mm.
if this is the kind of person that would do this to employees or to like, well, he's an exploitative person. Why would I want that person in power? They've already
Yeah, that's a good
demonstrated
point.
that they're probably not a good person. That's not the kind of politician I would want in
Fair.
power.
God, Bethesda fucking sucks.
Yeah,
But
fair.
some
Shitty
people,
ass company, man. What a shame.
some people do cancel just to be like, it's kind of a bullying tactic, I think.
I've been canceled before.
I haven't been
I
canceled
feel like
yet,
if you were
but
canceled, you wouldn't even notice. Like it'd be so much like water off a duck's back. You'd just be like, whatever, nerd. I'll see you when you can't help but watch my content again because it's that good.
Well, I'm still here.
you know
Hell
the
yeah! Boom. Our girl
what's
is
it called?
ice
Up in the
cold.
sky.
Hot honey.
What's that?
Yeah,
what's
you're
that,
right. Hot honey. Sorry.
What is that site called? In the Sky or something like that, where you can see all the people on Blue Sky that have like
Clear
blocked
Sky?
you. Clear Sky.
I
Andrew's
love,
like Clear Sky. Have a bookmark.
Yeah, no, I love seeing who blocks me. Sometimes
Um.
I like to block them back. Like 8 days later. Oh, you blocked me 8 days ago. I just saw it. Blocked.
Well, I found out that I had a couple of people blocked, and I was like, "How the hell did that happen?" It made no sense.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
very weird. It was like I would never block. I don't even know them. Why would I block them?
See if anyone new
And-
blocked me. Let me go check right now.
But I saw that I was blocked by a shitload of people all on like December 16th. It was like one day. Like I looked for the first time this year, and I was like,
Oh, congrats, you made it on a
"Holy
list.
shit, I got blocked." Yeah, I was like, I was on a list, and
Yep.
I'm on a list that I forget the name of it, but it was like loves lefty drama, builds lefty, manufactures lefty drama, or something like that. And I was like, you motherfuckers have no idea. That is
just
the
saw-
opposite.
I got added to some lists that call me a liberal.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm on one that says good politics, and then in parentheses, but probably a centrist. And I was like, what?
Ah!
Like that's one thing that's funny
What do
to
they think
me
is-
about the list feature is that like why like I feel like that's shit that you just store up here, like good politics, parens, probably a centrist. Like what does that even mean? Probably. Why is that a list? Why are you putting people like isn't that just like something you think like when you see them scrolling down like oh yeah they
It was
seem
like one
they might just-"
time-
like I don't why would you type that out and add people to it? Like that's the thing that really I
Who
don't get it.
was
I
it?
don't have lists.
Who
I don't
was
do
it
lists. I don't do
from the Environmental Coffee House viewership said, I can't watch Matt's show because he's too far right or something.
True.
He's too conservative for me. And I was like,
True.
what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm always going to be offended by that because
I get offended when someone can't
makes me
explain it.
lefter. Tell me how to be lefter and I'll fucking do it. Like, I have no, you want to be communist? Okay. I don't see it happening in my lifetime, but I'm for it. Like, what do we have to do? I don't care. I didn't
think,
mean to be capitalist. It's just default.
Yeah. I think you probably like. Okay, can we do a poll in Letterhacks chat? Who is the furthest right on screen right now? Jake, Carlos,
I'm
me,
fascinated.
or Matt? Who is the furthest?
They're just gonna
right?
say me to piss me off now.
But like, I
Because we
think
all know it's
you
not.
might be the furthest right, though. I mean,
That
like
is
you might
such
actually be.
bullshit.
Well, but
There's
isn't Jake?
no way.
Well, Jake's throwing up like slurs against certain types of people.
I'm
so-
on
That
5
is
days a
true.
week talking about how left I am. There's no fucking way. There's at no point am I like I don't think the Republican Party should exist. But
Yeah.
that is like half the Democrats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like how right am I?
I think Carlos
Ah.
might be the most right, and that's why he's got
I
that
will run
Bernie
and put on my anarchist pin if I have to. So,
Oh,
Look, see, that's the look, guys. I'm a leftist just like you.
yeah, there you
I
go.
might actually
Music
be the
band,
farthest to the right.
t-shirt.
I mean,
But I think it's going to wind up being Andrea, if I had to guess. Yeah.
but she's on the left side of the screen.
correct.
It's true.
We kind of drew the short straw. We're like on the right side, but like
This is the
pixel wise,
political quadrant. I'm left libertarian. Jake
Damn
is
it.
right
I was
If I
just gonna
lose
make-
this poll, it's just they're teasing me.
All right,
There's
let's
no
have
way.
Matt, everyone vote for Matt, and then we'll run a second poll. Okay, so
I
let's
was
get
going
the
to try to be
funny-
like, I think Andrea's a
funny
little
joke.
prepared.
Right now it's Jake 78%,
It might be Jake. It really
Ah!
might be.
80%,
That's the thing.
Stop the count.
69%. Matt 15%. Carlos is 0%. Hang in there, Carlos.
Oh, really? I would have thought. Well, that's the problem. He's got a Majority Report background. Like that is on the left the equivalent of like having a Thug Life tattooed
I
across.
do. I do their merch.
yeah, there you go.
Oh,
You get
that's
any,
the
royalties
equivalent
for
of
that?
selling the actual guns to professional gangsters. I'm just saying the person who, at a glance, appears to be the most on the left, definitely MR background man.
Now, what if I say that I also moderate the Discord and their Twitch? Does that mean I'm like
He's in the gang.
Yeah, like does that mean I'm like the enforcer of the gang?
Yeah.
Cops
Yeah.
for cops. I don't know what to tell you, man.
100%. Yeah. Oh, I have to play at being the right winger here. I'm sorry.
I
you
make
said no
every
gang
single yeah, right.
affiliation.
It's going in your file. I make everyone in my chat a mod. That doesn't seem like a right-wing thing to do, but is it? Like, am I building a little
I
army?
think it is. You're it's kind of like a Hitler Youth type situation.
But we're
Oh my God.
self-policing. We're self-policing. So if we have to police, at least we're doing it to ourselves.
unless
Well, you saw it here, future courtroom. This guy, not the most left.
Yeah. I'm
The
gonna
real
end
question is,
poll
who
when it
gets the
has.
least
Don't listen to that prosecutor.
Do I have more or less votes than Jake? And like, what are my votes? Who voted for me? Name yourself in the chat. Did you vote for me? Do you think I'm a right winger? Explain. Give me your explanation.
Okay, there. I ended it because we had as many votes as the
Yeah.
previous poll. Jake 50%, Matt 30%, Andrea 19, Carlos 0.
Wow.
0.
19.
Holy
Are you fucking
Well,
kidding
yeah,
me?
I mean, once he was
I
making
think-
out the
Fucking kidding me?
credentials, yeah.
I think people are just mistaking my maturity for right
Well, here's the thing with
right-wingerness.
Carlos is like Carlos, he just comes up once in a while, kind of sits in the background, talks in the chat,
Yeah,
people
would have
don't
been
have enough
interesting.
experience.
I'm influencing chat as we speak.
Yeah,
What
like
do you-
Carlos
what do you
could
think
be
about
a sleeper
Sandy?
cell.
Sandy would have been more right or left.
Oh,
What do you
she
think?
is, she is highly right wing.
Well, the answer is
I'm-
we're all right wing. This is a right wing show, so
That's
I
true.
guess everyone.
That is true.
I'm way
Man,
more
we should
left.
totally do like a right wing version of this, like on Kick or Rumble or something, and just
Oh,
see
I
how
would
long
enjoy
we can
that.
fucking. Yeah, no, I'm down. Let's do
The
it.
problem is, my little joke about what did I say, like moon speak or whatever in the beginning, wouldn't fly the same. It relies on people being like, "What the fuck?" You just have people like, "Yeah, get him," and then I'd feel bad.
So we got Donald James, notable right winger Donald James. I use cryptocurrency to buy my essential hormone therapy because I'm getting blacklisted by the government. So tell me how that's right wing to have to purchase things that have been restricted by
That's
the government
called-
because of my minority status.
That's called
anything-
hate the game, not the player.
That makes me the super left. I'm
True.
maximum leftist because
Max left.
I
Called
gotta navigate
infiltration.
this
Yeah.
environment. So
I'm not going to argue that I probably am the most right wing person here, but I'm definitely more left than I think the audience gives me credit for. Like,
Nobody here is a
when I write
right-winger.
a check to
Nobody
the
here is a
Republican
right-wing.
Party, it is very. I'm very snarky in the comment lines. I'm like, for corruption, here's your 50,000.
I do so much
Can I-
mutual aid that there's no fucking way I could possibly be considered anywhere near the right. That is silly. And I throw myself at this show that makes me just enough money to do this show. And that's it, right? To keep
Yeah.
these lights on right here. That's it, in order to promote other people. And so
Right
also
now,
comics.
We are an old man in a robe, a
Toga.
smuggler in a vest, a princess with bun hair, hairstyle,
It's a Star Wars
And
here,
a-
folks.
and a furry monster huddled together in a cave. Like, you seem more Sith to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, or Obi-Wan. Who's more imperialistic?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
these are
silly.
asking the
I've
real questions.
I've never seen Star Wars. I assume that that's the reference here. So I don't know what the fuck you people are talking about.
Well, I'll tell you
however-
the correct answer. It's Han Solo. He was actually a servant of the Empire before getting kicked out. But
What a bastard. But what I can say, is similar to the film that we were discussing earlier, Over the Top, would love to challenge anybody to a who is more left competition. And I think I would win. I think I would.
all right, you're on. Left off. Let's go.
A left.
Yeah, let's left off. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do
What
it.
was
How are
that?
we
I
gonna
was
do
looking
it?
at
Matt,
comments
Carlos,
about me.
come up with
What,
rules.
what was?
Yeah.
This is imagine Over the Top, but instead of arm
Yes.
wrestling, it's who's more left. Like
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah, I guess we would have to gauge on like how anti-capitalist are the hosts, and you have to kind of like list
what is that?
your.
What is happening there? What is he?
Oh,
That's over the top.
the hat is backwards. That means
Right,
this is
that's right,
serious.
that's right.
Big
Did you
fan.
not
Big
see the
fan.
movie?
I forgot about that. Oh man, that part's so good. Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, yeah. You got me there for a moment.
And I love the part in the movie where he's like, it's
The whole movie is like the whole like scenes where he's talking to his kid in the truck, man. Like,
yo.
it
Hey,
is.
he was on Sylvester Stallone was on Regis and Kathy Lee one time. And that's a talk show that came on in the morning for all you youngsters. And Kathy Lee was saying, I think it was still Kathy Lee. She was like, you know why I like you? He's like, why? And she goes, because
That's a good.
you're like hard on the inside, but soft on the inside. And he goes, what, like a ding dong? Which is a Hostess cupcake.
Yep.
But
I do want to do this left off, and I
can't
am.
hear you.
You just went underwater for a couple seconds.
Move your mic or something.
Don't move anything. Just talk again.
Try it again.
How about now?
Yep, you're fine.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. If y'all don't want to, it's fine. But I do think it would be fun to actually find out. I really don't know in comparison to other proper lefties where I would land on that. It'd be fun to see.
Should we do the political test live and then
Yes.
that shitty ass fucking
The
quadrant-
typology, the spectrum
Yeah.
test.
Yeah, let's
I
do
love
I-
D&D charts. That's basically the
Yeah.
same thing.
I hate that fucking test. I got
Yeah, me
different
too, but it's
results
great.
every time. I was like, this is stupid.
It's
Just
stupid, man. I get like different
All right.
results. It's not like I'm
Well,
changing
Carlos
my
asked
opinions.
how anti-capitalist we are. I'm willing
Yeah, there
to
you
try
go.
to put my stance into words. I believe that there should be a universal basic income in addition to universal basic services, which should be determined by whether or not there is a universal need for them. So, for example, everybody gets a grocery card for food. And you have a certain amount per person in your family. And I think that's just should be issued to everybody regardless of income level. I think same thing for healthcare, police, military, the whole 9 yards. If it serves everybody, everybody gets it free. So in short, I don't think we should abolish capital because I do think there should be a market for luxuries and those should be restricted. However, I think that capital as a means of determining survival has got to go forever.
okay. I want workers to own the means of production, and
This is me versus Andrea.
no more CEOs.
Shit, that's good.
Because look, here's what happened.
So okay.
The companies didn't want to deal with unions, so they sent all the work overseas, right? And because it was so cheap,
Right.
the labor overseas, they could raise the prices. So if everything came back here, because the labor is not cheap, the prices would go up even more. Who the fuck is making this decision? Let's just look at the top of the company. Who's making the most money for the company versus who takes home the most money? Flip that. That's what I'm saying. And that's as anti-capitalist as I can get without doing away with, markets and products and comic books and cool shit that I like, right? So
All
like
right.
I think I
Andrea.
might be defining a loose version of communism. So if it's supposed to be communism, let's just do that. I don't care.
All right,
But,
so
like,
here's what we need.
This shit's not
Keep
working.
going? Yeah, all right. So we got to abolish money. We got to abolish wealth. We got to burn everything
Good.
down. We got to all live in huts.
Let's do
You
that.
drew the arrow in the wrong direction, you fucking
Fuck
idiot.
off.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta
That's
live in
burn it
huts.
down.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
abolishing
we
money.
all got to live
Here's
in
the
huts.
problem. You
gotta
have to
start
give your
over.
serious opinion. Do you really want to live in a hut? Do you really want there to be no money?
Absolutely.
I'll live in a hut.
Absolutely. I will live in a hut because I don't need that much space. Let's be honest. No one needs a McMansion. No one needs 38 bedrooms. No one needs any of that. Give me a nice hut. It's like a studio apartment. Maybe I got a little private space. Everyone's got the same type of thing. I'm not saying we go back to the technological level of like 6000 BC. Like we'll have a TV. It's all good. But no one needs McMansions. No one needs to go to fucking aquariums to see the fucking fish that they lock in the dungeons. No one needs to go to the zoo to see the elephants that they fucking shipped 17,000 kilometers away from their homeland. We don't need money. We don't need wealth. We don't need a class system in any way, shape, or form. Also, I would get rid of flying. Just totally get rid of it. No one needs to fly anywhere. Where the fuck do you need to go? Let's be honest. We don't need to fly.
Take a boat.
Nah, boats even. I don't know about boats.
How do you get to Europe?
The
Hot air
most
balloon.
hot air
energy
balloon.
efficient manner of transporting goods you don't know about? You want to do that
Hot-
by truck alone?
We'll
Kill
use
the
blimps.
atmosphere with your
Why,
carbon?
where?
one load
What
at
are
a
we
time?
transporting that's so important? Like oranges from fucking Argentina or
yeah,
whatever
literally,
to fucking
oranges.
Michigan. You don't need that shit. You don't need an orange
Enjoy
in
the
fucking
scurvy.
January. I don't think so. I think we need to be more naturalistic. We need to be more seasonal. We need to be more inclusive with our environment. I don't think we should be eating meat as a culture, as a society. I think it's barbaric to eat meat, personally. I think other stuff like that. We need to abolish the concept of pet ownership. I don't have any pets. I don't own any pets. They're my friends. They live with
Initial
me. Sometimes.
question.
I give them food, but they're not.
Yeah,
my
I only have
pets.
pets
I don't
now
own them.
because I'm rescuing somebody else's pet that they neglected.
Yeah, I'm just
Those are my
like
pets.
we're just buddies. We just hang out. There's no hierarchical relationship between.
I think domesticated animals like having pet owner, although it's not literally.
It's not. I
owner.
don't agree with the term pet or owner. I think that
Too
those
late.
are
They're
both.
domesticated. They rely
But they're
on humans.
domesticated. Yeah, they're my friend, my buddy, my pal, but not my property.
Well,
I
in
don't really-
Colorado, you're the guardian. It's
There
legal
you go.
guardian.
I like a good guardian. Yeah. So I think we totally need to reshape the entirety of our. Nice. That's good. And you drew the other one there to make it look like it's the thing.
Shut up. You
No,
know,
that's
Let's
great.
do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So that's how left I am. Carlos, your turn.
So basically, I believe in what I call the 4 pillars, which is
Oh, we got pillars.
food, housing, education, and healthcare. These are things that are
yeah.
baseline necessary for society. There should be no reason as to why in the wealthiest country on planet Earth that these things cannot exist. They can if we want them to.
Should be globally, not just in the U.S.
Well, yeah, I mean, but here, as far as like policy wise,
I'd be down. I would say this is a lefty thing. I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm down to go without healthcare for 15 years if it means people in Africa can get it.
well, I mean, it should be for everyone. We can do this. It's just a matter of like wanting to do it. Again, we're like the most.
We all know Matt doesn't want to do it because he's the most right wing guy on
well,
this
yeah,
show.
obviously. Matt.
I mean, like-
I think
Continue.
overthrowing capitalism is kind of a red flag.
Pretty
Crickets.
good.
So
That's a dad joke.
Go on. What are the keep
Oh,
going, Carlos. I
he
don't
got,
mean to
he
fuck
got me
you over.
good.
That's a good dad joke.
Well done. Keep
I
going.
mean, like, there's no reason why in the wealthiest country on like, how much does it take to like end world hunger? Wasn't it like 10 billion?
It's
or something like that?
yeah.
I
An
mean,
amount
like,
we have.
in like that would be pocket change.
So
to-
here's the
to-
thing about that is it actually it gives us money to end world hunger because if we just distributed food evenly to everyone, there would be more productive force in the world and our
Yes.
global GDP would go up. So it actually costs
Yes.
money to keep it stratified and to keep people starving.
Yep. That's true. And the same thing goes for healthcare and education and housing and anything that people just require
Like
for
comic
life.
books, the
Like
5
comic
pillars.
books.
Yep, that's the 5th pillar.
The 5th pillar is the comic books. As far as like labor and how we should structure the economy, I think Matt is probably the way I would go. Essentially, like you can't have companies structured in the way that they are now. And you don't have to change much to make what I would envision a reality. For example, I would encourage more worker co-ops to start. You can have government programs to incentivize worker co-ops to start. And the companies that already do exist, you would start to essentially make them unionize. Essentially, like they wouldn't, the Walmarts and the Amazons of
Like
the world
that.
wouldn't have a choice at that point.
I mean, I'm also down to abolish the union because in my world we wouldn't need them because there wouldn't
Oh,
be
yeah.
a boss.
I'm sure
That's a
they'd
good
be
point.
happy with
Very
that. But
nervous.
well, I mean, if I'm sure unions would be the first ones to be like, oh, I'm like, what is the perfect world according? Like, what's the most desired outcome for being in a union? Not having to do it. Like, what?
Yeah.
There's got to be something beyond that, right?
Yeah,
I
the
just don't like-
outcome would be like we get to actually enjoy the fruits of the labor that workers produce.
Like,
Right.
it's just the
Oh, wouldn't that
jobs.
be something?
The
Yeah.
like, could you imagine having a job where you're like, dude, we don't need a union. It's job rules, and like they take care of everything. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it would be redundant. I don't know. I mean, if I had $1 for everything that was wrong with capitalism, I probably wouldn't be complaining about capitalism.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Ooh, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not
Gotta
a
write
good
that
enough
one
man
down.
to not take that, but I am gonna be enough of a man to tell you I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
gonna
that's
write that one
great.
down.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I probably wouldn't be complaining about capitalism.
He's
Based
trying to
on
tank it now, but it was too smooth. It was good.
based on the left off, can we get a new poll? Can we get a new poll here? Because I think Jake is the most right wing here, based on the responses that
I think Jake was the only one. Nah, Carlos might have, but I think Jake was the only one that articulated actual arguments which could be made into policy, as opposed to broad concepts. Wouldn't it be great if?
Nah, I think
Jake
that a UBI
is actually looking at this as
I
a
think
matter of
UBI
politics.
is equally
plan of
as
action.
fantastic. I think it is equally unlikely. I think it is. I think that trying to slice up our governmental structure with a scalpel is it's not really. I mean, just look at what they did. They already destroyed the government. It's not like we can. It's going to take. If we wanted to have the government we did like 20 years ago, that's going to take like 50 years to build it back. So we're already outside the governmental system here. So I think I don't know. I think
This is-
my philosophy and Jake's are equally as fantastical. That's what I
This is still pretty funny though, because it's like we just made 4 of the leftist fucking pitches you can make about our state of affairs, and it's like one of
Oh
us
yeah,
still isn't left enough, which
Yeah.
is just what the left likes to fucking do.
yeah. Now it's just the competitive me taking over. Trash. What I don't know slang for making fun of your guys' arguments so that the audience will like mine more. I don't necessarily.
Throwing shade.
Yes, there it is. Thank you. Throwing shade.
Right now it's Jake at 60%, me at 27,
gonna
and
burn your
Andrea
houses
and
down.
Carlos tied at
How many
70.
people are watching? Every last one
No,
of you. I'm gonna
Carlos
buy you
went
all a
up.
house.
Yeah.
and then
Carlos
burn
got
it to the
more
ground.
right wing.
You'll
according
get
to
a
the
picture in the
polls.
mail. This
I
could have been
opened my
yours.
mouth. That's the problem.
Is that the Hillary Clinton effect over there? Jeez, it's rough.
I'll never forget this T-shirt I saw where this guy was easily in his 60s, and the back of his T-shirt said, "Hillary Clinton killed my buddies overseas," and I was like, "That is so broad and generic." And your buddies? Are you talking about 2 generations removed in Iraq, or what are you fucking
Is
talking
anybody
about?
else imagining Hillary Rodham Clinton crawling through the dirt with F-16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What?
Or like smoking a cigarette while she was supposed to be on watch or something like
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, when that happens.
or like she was at an outpost and shot her own soldiers in the dark. Identify yourself. Nah.
Am I to go back to the who's the more
Yeah,
left
sorry.
conversation? May I articulate that it doesn't matter what people
Jake
say
is about
or
to say,
think.
I love Matt. Look.
Yeah, I mean Matt's a great guy. It doesn't matter what people say or think. It matters what they do. So like you could be saying communist propaganda on your show, but if you're spending thousands of dollars on
Oh,
getting
right.
comic books mailed
Fake
to your
populism.
house,
Well,
Yeah.
but
What if you-
I give them away.
oh, like Mike Bloomberg, just give it
I
all
gave
away.
away 300 Marvel comics in one box to a children's home in Denver. And I
You
was
think they're
like,
reading that shit?
there's some valuable fucking books in here, you guys.
Yeah, they're
but
probably
there
getting
you
that.
go.
They're throwing it on the fucking ground. They're going, "Where's my Game Boy?"
I gave a first edition Dune novel, hardback, first edition, to a kid who he was an orphan, and he said, and it was at my job, and they were like, it was so sweet. They were like telling us what they wanted for Christmas, and then like we put those wishes on a tree in our lobby, and then all the employees would pick 1 or 2 and then get them these gifts. It was like just like one of the most heartbreaking yet sweetest things. So I picked one off, and he said, "My name's so and so. I want to be a sci-fi writer one day, and I love like books and comics." And I was like, "Who the fuck put this here for me?" Right? Like, this is crazy cool. So I donated the whole box of comics and was like, just give this to the home. And then I gave that kid a first edition Dune.
Hell yeah.
Did that
So
man
I'm
have
willing
good
to.
Because
look,
I
if
love
we-
charity. Charity is one of the best scams in the world that right wingers use to launder their reputation. So I'm going to
it's
go ahead
not
and say
helping
that
me in the
Matt is-
polls either. For the record.
Matt's making an argument for being the most right wing because what do we know about right wingers? They love charity. They love talking about how great they are, about
Jake
how like Bill Gates is
56,
giving
Matt
money to
30,
kids.
Andrea 8,
So?
Carlos 4.
You know, I'm glad that orphan
Sorry,
or
Jake.
whatever, like, you know, good for him. He got a first edition Dune, but man, you're getting a lot of mileage out of that. Like, you could have sold it on eBay for like what, $500 or something, maybe $50. I don't know what it's
I don't
worth.
know, but
Like, you're getting way more than $500 of value out of
But
this
if
story about
we-
the orphan. You know,
no, I'm not. If we lived in
I saw that.
if we lived in huts, or was it huts or caves, whichever,
Yeah, either one. I mean,
Um,
caves, you know, it's nature's hut.
I would happily give up all these comics because I could retell these stories as the campfire storyteller, right? Pretty
Well,
fucking
yeah, that's the
cool,
thing,
right?
though. Is that, yeah,
And we could make our own, which would be so much better than all these fucking books.
I don't
would be
believe in
so much
intellectual
cooler.
property either. Like, wouldn't it be great if we could all
That's
draw
what I'm
Spider-Man?
saying.
Like, I want to draw Spider-Man.
Draw
Fuck.
your own. Draw whatever happened in the
In fact,
hut.
I'm gonna
that
draw
day.
Spider-Man right now. I'm
Just
gonna do
whatever
it right now.
happened in the village, in the hut village. Make
I'm
comics
drawing
out of it. I don't
Spider-Man
know.
right now.
I'm just making do. This is my
Guys.
escapism for the bullshit we have to put up with every day.
I'm so
Like,
sorry.
I
We're
haven't
got over the idea fucking Matt put in my head of Hillary Clinton seeing one of those like Blackwater guys like I'm just drinking a little bit. Don't be such a Chowski. Jesus. Whatever, nerds. Oh, you're gonna shoot back.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
All right. Fuck you, Marvel. Spider-Man.
There it is.
It's pretty good Spider-Man,
Yeah.
actually.
And now we just got copyrighted.
Yeah. Fuck you,
Nah.
Marvel. I pee my ass.
It's a
you
web
bitch.
any size. Have you seen the new Superman trailer?
Is that the
No.
one with Jake in it?
So
Are you in
my
this
thing
one?
is, I think they're making Clark Kent look like Hassan Piker.
Do they have
Uh,
a husky Superman now? Oh no. Okay, so
wanna
Hassan
know if-
Piker.
Yeah, I want to know if
mean-
anybody else sees these parallels.
Is
Bring
this
him
the
up.
trailer with the Crypto the dog?
That's the only part of the movie I'm actually excited about.
I do like dogs.
I think the dog is great. I don't think we can show the trailer.
Oh shit! 1 second. We got T-Bone in the chat. Hey T-Bone.
Who's T-Bone?
We got T-Bone. You don't know T-Bone?
I'm not familiar with T-Bone.
Well, we got T-Bone.
All right, let me see.
One night, Sandy kept saying, "Hey, T-Bone," just over and
I'm
over.
pretty
I
sure it
feel
was
like.
actually you that kept saying that, but I could
Well,
be
after
fucking-
she did,
I think she said it one time. I'm pretty
she
sure
said
she
it
just
more
said
than
hello.
once.
I'm all right. I will give 30 United States dollars to anybody that will go back and watch and find out how many times Sandy said it before Matt started saying. I'm pretty sure.
I'm so hard up for cash.
said
Next
it
week, I'm
once.
going to be like, okay, so it was 13 times for Sandy.
That means you got to show up next week. So I think this is a good
Good
deal.
point. Good point.
I'm trying to find this one image. Has anybody else noticed the Clark Kent, Hassan Piker?
I'm
don't- it's
such
just-
a leftist that I boycott culture, the capitalist consumerist culture that we live in.
Well, that's
I just boycott
boring.
it.
What
I didn't
happened
know that
to?
there was
I'm
a
such a
what happened to
leftist, I
Hate
refuse
Game
to
Not the
exist.
Player?
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh,
Zeitgeist, no thank you.
I'm just a tulpa in all your guys' heads. I've never actually been
Exactly.
anywhere. That's how left
See,
I
I'm
am.
an ethereal being that exists only in your imagination.
Goose egg, carbon footprint gang.
I don't leave my house. I don't leave my house. I don't fly. I don't drive. I barely even breathe, to be honest with you. So I'm not even expending CO2.
oh, you're
here.
repurposing agoraphobia as leftism, which is
Well,
not.
first of all,
fair.
It's awfully
gorephobia is the
capitalist of
fear
you.
of gore, which I
What-
personally I
then
think Al
what's
Gore
the
is
fear
pretty
of
scary.
crowds?
It's agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I also have
one.
gorephobia because I think he handled the 2000 election really poorly.
Huh? Why
I mean,
can't I-
honestly, by comparison to the modern standard of democratic failure, he's top 10, but he's not high up there. He's a
I mean,
healthy
like
citizen.
we're putting him up against like Joe Biden
Yeah.
So I mean, like, not Joe Biden.
No, Joe Biden's up there.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Hillary Clinton and
Yeah.
Harris. I mean, well, I guess the Democratic Party just managed to lose to Trump
Schumer,
twice, and that like,
Pelosi.
yeah, I mean, like that will just never go away. that
You know,
like
Al
back to back
Gore-
L.
Yeah, Al Gore was like.
Oh yeah, that is Hassan Piker. I
Watch.
see it.
All right,
Watch.
never mind. That is 100%.
Yeah,
Hassan Piker.
no, I see
Look,
Yeah.
watch.
It's the hair. He just has.
And he's
Hassan
like
hair.
taller than everyone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
If he
for
had
him.
if he had the shoulders of a Winnebago, then I would say it's definitely him. But yeah, Al Gore was like the Dr. J of Democrat f-ups. But we're in the era of like somehow both LeBron and Jordan and Shaq, they're all together effing up in ways we couldn't even dream of before they reinvented the game of effing up.
Man, did y'all
Yeah.
see that David Hogg bullshit? Speaking of fucking things up.
I
Man.
I was severely preoccupied today. What are you talking about? I
So,
heard David Hogg's name earlier today.
Yeah,
and didn't catch it.
he's the only way for him to get in a leadership position is to start transitioning, apparently, because he violates the gender guidelines of the DNC.
Is that what they said?
Yep, they're kicking him out because he's not.
Woke enough.
He violates the gender diversity like quota or some shit.
I mean, like,
honestly, it sounds like if you asked like an AI that was designed by Elon Musk to make up an Onion type headline of something a Democrat did. That's what they did. Actually, they actually did that.
This
They
is a
cited
fascinating
fucking
problem
gender diversity as a reason to kick out the fucking school shooter survivor.
with the old guard is that they are trying to fuck us in the way their generation got fucked. They think we are as dumb as they were, and they are as evil as the people who fucked them over are. But the amazing thing that's happening is they think we'll be like, oh, wait, but they're getting rid of him for a leftist reason. Well, that must mean they're a leftist. That must mean everything's okay. That's not going to fly. Hey, David Hogg, welcome to the Progressive Party. We can't wait to
David
have
Hogg
you.
on here. I think
Uh,
he's like 22
we're
or
gonna-
something. That guy's young. as
he's-
hell.
yeah, he's young.
Of
I
all
mean,
the
like,
mother-
you know, he wasn't. I presume he's not like, you know, progressive because he was like trying to say like, you know, Nancy Pelosi, like, oh, I'm not going against, you know, Pelosi or Clyburn or any of these people. His crime was.
I think he's just trying to play the game, and you know,
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
work. It didn't
What was
work
his
because his crime was saying like we need to replace Do Nothing Dems, and they're like, oh, what?
He was talking about
what? I'm a do
Clyburn.
nothing dem. How dare you?
He
Welcome
was
to the Progressive Party, brother.
he was sort of subtweeting Clyburn on to Donna Brazil on Bill Maher over the weekend when he said he quoted Clyburn. Clyburn was like, what am I supposed to do with my life if I'm not in Congress or something like that? Like, I've been in Congress so long. What am I supposed to do?
How about you just fucking start a deli?
And Hogg
Just see if you
quoted
can reach a trigger with your toes. I don't care.
Hogg
Get out.
quoted that and then said, not my fucking problem or something like that. And I think that pissed everybody off. Well, the establishment, the old guard, as you said. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, but facts though. Like, I mean, how
Yeah.
much?
Hey,
How
he's
much
totally
money-
fucking right. Fuck them.
Yeah, how much money does the average congressperson make? Like 6 figures, right? Like 174,000 or something like that. Like,
Don't forget about the
Insider
staff
trading.
salary. A lot of people in Congress they have a budget that they can spend on like vacations and stuff.
oh
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
they get 174K in the bank, then they get like 300K or something they can give to their buddies. They're like they hire their cousin to come work for them or whatever. So you're just handing out government cash to your family. You go to Hawaii every 15 fucking days for like, you know, just got to check on things. You know, you fucking go to the beaches or whatever. Go on.
Yeah.
And insider trading, as Matt said.
And then
Oh
today,
yeah, they love insider trading. Personally, I prefer outsider trading.
today Schumer said
Right.
he's like, we're blocking all the I think it was judicial nominees of Trump. He's like,
Oh.
we're blocking them all. We're going to start blocking them all today. And
Oh
it's
well,
like,
thanks.
yeah,
Oh, cool. So
113,
you can just
114 days in. Yeah,
you can
okay,
just block
yes.
'em? I didn't know that.
Fucking
Oh
asshole.
wow. Wouldn't that be
I
great
mean,
if we
like,
did that?
Was
you know,
this
before all-
before or after he started writing strongly worded letters
right.
with very strong questions? I mean, that's
It was
the real
after.
like icing. They have to have very strong questions to the administration.
We want explanations, Trump. Like, oh, yeah, he'll be honest.
You know,
Um,
one thing about Chuck Schumer is I guarantee you when he was writing that letter, and I know he was writing it with his own pen, he was very aroused when he was writing it.
Yep.
Yeah. His aides were outside his door being like, he's still giggling. It's so weird. But he said he was writing a letter. Why is he laughing? Why? Ooh, it's like high pitched. But why? Okay. Again, highly distracted today. Did not do the news like I normally would. I heard, though, that Grok, which is Elon Musk's Twitter AI, right, was not giving him the right answers about white genocide in South Africa. So he obviously went in and had it tweaked so that now it's answering everything. Is this true or a parody?
Oh,
So
is
it
that
is
why?
true that Grok apparently is like it has. So my understanding of the situation is whoever programmed like the you know the goal or whatever thing, the hierarchy of goals for the AI, they had like there was twofold.
such a-
It was follow
such a
truth and evidence, and then
gimmick.
do my right wing ideology.
It's so,
So
fake.
basically, they conflict constantly. So Grok will say like the actual truth about something. Someone will say, "Is that really true?" And then Grok will say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I hallucinated." And then they'll do the right wing
Well,
conspiracy,
but now,
and they'll just go
real
back
quick,
and forth.
Is that why when I asked it for a recipe for quiche earlier, it told me there was no genocide in South Africa?
That's
yeah, it
exactly why.
started
Yes.
talking about killer bees. But like,
Oh, I love
there,
Killer
And
Bee.
it told me emeralds are fairly mine too. I didn't even ask.
but I heard this was happening today, and look, large language models are systemically racist, right? Because they were programmed by humans who are fucking racist. So
That's the great achievement of the
It's
of
like-
the early 21st century.
Yeah.
We made racist. Wait, we digitized racism.
It's true.
it's-
We could be
There-
racist far more efficiently than we ever were.
I showed this video on my stream
good
twice
voice.
the other night
Yeah.
because I like it so much. There's this guy who talks about how stupid it is that robots are designed to look like humans, and he uses this great. He's like, the human hand needs a spoon because it makes the hand better. Designing a robot hand to look like a human hand makes the robot less than a spoon, right? Like, and he goes, if fish were as smart as humans, they would make a robot that looked like fish that couldn't walk on land. Like, what are you doing? Make it better. It's like cars have wheels because legs would be stupid, right? Like that's dumb. So I don't know. It's just
right.
he's a comedian, but it makes
yeah.
the point that no matter how great the technology is, it's probably going to have the limitations of the human creator.
Fair.
To a degree.
Fair point.
But if you can just reprogram your chat GPT or whatever to say whatever the fuck you want it to say,
It's just Wikipedia at that point.
yeah, it's just Elon Musk. It's like you're calling a 1-800 number and it's Elon Musk telling you whatever answer he wants it. Give me a break. How can people invest in that? It's so stupid.
Have you seen the? I think we talked about this another time, but like the fucking like the kiddos that are like 14 and they're becoming like they have their AI girlfriend or whatever, and then like they kill themselves because the AI girlfriend told them to. Have you seen any of these stories, man? That's just-
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. That is the dystopia that I signed up for.
That literally sounds like just like a Black Mirror episode.
It probably is, but no, there's teenagers like preteens that are like, you know, they ask the AI stuff. Over time it becomes their friend, and you know, how do I talk to goyles? And then the AI is like, well, you can just talk to me. And then, you know, then eventually they realize they're pathetic and kill themselves.
There is, I think I was talking to you about this off air, Andrew. There's a person named Sinead Bovell. Oh, it was because and I just realized they call themselves a futurist. And
Nope, we got names.
yeah, now we are named.
Wow, now everyone
they-
knows which one's which.
I was putting together the segment and I kept coming across futurist, and I was like, can you just call yourself a futurist? Because all they're doing is talking about how look at all the things in technology that are now obsolete and look at what we have now. Let's speculate about what the next handheld device will be. And I'm like, that's being a futurist. But this person, Sinead Bovell, is actually very right on, even though they're pro AI, because their opinion is that it is inevitable. And it
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
is.
it's
It's
not-
already here, right? But
Is that pro
You
AI
can't
though?
uninvent it.
well, but reluctantly so, but yes. So like pro AI, but not without ethics, and constantly talking about the lack of ethics and the implications of that world, and how we have learned nothing from social
Wise.
media as far as addictiveness and what it's doing to children, and how they can't be away from screens or devices, and how we aren't taking any of that into account. It is so fascinating. Still, I think if you want to be a futurist, you just talk about this shit to a certain point and you can just be a futurist.
Yeah, I'm a
but
futurist.
I'm definitely a futurist. I hate the fucking present, and I'm constantly criticizing the past. I'm looking
Now
forward
here's
to
a
what comes
statement
next.
or a question, an experiment even about AI. Like now, I don't use AI for anything other than looking myself up to see what it says about me, because I find that to be really fun. But I've only done that like, maybe 3 times in my life. So, but like there are people that use AI all the time, every day. They've integrated it into their lives. Like they're fucking, hey AI, what should I watch for, movies? Hey AI, help me make a recipe for dinner. I really like this kind of, like, I don't know. I feel like that it's a cognito hazard in a way. Like just like interacting with AI permanently changes your brain structure and how you think in a way
Yeah,
that
I
you
get
can't
it.
undo.
Yeah, I hate it. I don't
Yeah,
think it
and
should
I don't-
exist
I
at
have
all, but
refused to engage with AI as a matter of principle on that
but
end.
it's being
But I'm-
integrated without your consent.
And
Like,
I will
what
uninstall
sucks.
everything. I will never get a new phone. In fact, if I ever do get a new phone, it will be a flip phone. I will never get a smartphone that has AI integration. If Windows 11 is going to force me to like install Copilot or Cortana, they're calling it Cortana or whatever. Can you believe that? Or do they still call it Cortana? I don't know. Maybe I'm ancient now.
I
But
think
whatever
she's
it is,
separate.
I don't know, man. Like I saw someone like they upgraded to Windows 11, and then like day 2, like some AI pops up on their screen because they didn't go and disable it or something. Fuck that shit. I'm moving to Linux. Not even a fucking chance that I'm going to deal with this AI bullfuck. Now I say this as someone who is very skeptical of AI, but open to it at some point. And I can see that AI could have like some sort of abstract uses of some kind. But I mean, I just think it makes you stupid. I think it really makes you dumb. I think it makes you a dummy. I think it makes you unable to read. It makes you unable to even do research. Like people use AI as a search engine. Like you ever like people. I was interacting with somebody and they look something up on Google and then they just read the AI summary. I was like waiting for them to scroll down and they didn't. They just read the AI summary and took it as fact. I was like, whoa, like that. Like,
Oof.
no, I don't think so,
This
man.
is-
It's making you dumb.
It's so like I read from an article about how there's a writing teacher who is like encouraging her students to use AI,
It's insane.
and it's just
it is hot as fuck right now. I'm going to fucking die.
and she said that there's a degree of like don't ask don't tell going on, like they have guilt and shame over using AI.
You should.
And I think that's like, yeah, I mean, it feels wrong, right? Don't get used to that. Like, don't get used to that feeling. It is wrong. But there's the lack of, it's just like every other thing. If rich people can get richer off of it, there will be less regulations than there should be, and they will rush it into production, and they will force it on everybody, and it will have environmental impact, and it will go after the kid. And so all the people who are promoting it are the same people who are, when you want like the government to do universal health care, they're like, who's going to pay for that? You're saddling our grandchildren with debt. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Look at these data centers. They're like they wanted one that would be a third of the size of Manhattan. and it would deplete all the area's resources, like for, especially water, in a place where they need it the most, like in the American South. That's where they're putting these. Anyway, it's criminal, but it's not criminal. It's just,
I just think like using AI for like a technical reason, like Donald James in the chat brought up like Google Maps or something. Like, I'm open to the concept of like, okay, AI, tell me the fastest route, or whatever. I'm open to that, like for like a technical like reasoning of some kind. But for any like intellectual exercise, like, like any thought, any opinion, shopping questions, like, wow. I mean, like, I just like the idea that you're just going to let a corporation tell you what to buy, tell you what to think, tell you how to think. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, man. It's scary.
Yeah, I don't like it. Chloe Humbert and I did an episode. Jake, are you familiar with Chloe Humbert?
No, man, sir.
Great Substack. You can call me ma'am. It's a great Substack.
I get I get those wrong all the time. I don't know why.
It's a very right-wing thing to do, to misgender people. I'm just saying, but whatever. So
to intentionally misgender is
I know.
right wing. This is just regular dumb. I come by it honest.
we were talking about
Both of those things are
the amount of pollution created by these data centers. She writes about it extensively. Very good Substack. I highly recommend it. I was saying, I have said frequently, I want Chloe Humbert to be the Digby to my Majority Report.
Ooh.
So like every Friday, just come on, or whatever, once a week, come on, and we just talk about
reference. This is why you got Carlos coming on like 15 times a month, because of those
Yeah.
panels. You just love looking at them.
Exactly.
You can't get enough.
I could just watch the Majority Report if I wanted. You're saying I need more.
You need to make your own Majority Report just to get more content out of it.
Oh, on my I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I am so tired. Oh, I love
Yeah, I'm
this.
feeling
Look
it.
at this. Look at this.
Oh, we got Chloe.
Okay,
Humbert in
Chloe.
the chat.
Okay, Chloe.
Can we get Chloe? Damn. Holy shit.
Is it Chloe or Chloe?
Can we get a clove of Humbert on Left Past 10, or are you just hogging?
Yeah, let's get her
tried.
out of here. I want to.
I
Are you
tried.
hogging all the guests for your show?
I think they're exclusively Letterhack Daily guest.
I don't know about that. Chloe, do you want to
Hey,
come on
Chloe?
my show?
Hey, Chloe. If you're on Discord, I will backdoor you into this show. You friend your old pal Jake, and when it's live, I'll sneak you out of this show.
Oh
The
my
invite's
God,
out
Chloe
there.
Humbert, what a nightmare!
Yeah,
The invite's
exactly. You're
out
gonna
there.
Sam Cedar the show.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
The invite is out there. Chloe does exceptional work. It's like, for the most part, when I have somebody on my show, it's to increase the level of legitimacy, right? Like
Of your show, to make your
Why
show look
would
better.
you ever have invited me? This makes no sense.
that's
Oh,
why.
what?
But like,
It's because okay, yeah,
It's a
You-
comparison. People see like how bad things can get. It makes that look better.
yeah. You just wanted to get rock bottom out of the way.
Not what
You're
I
like,
meant.
"Let's-"
Yeah, I know. It makes sense to me.
people love Matt, and that means they'll love Matt more when he's got some schlub on the show with him. No, but I am trying to bring on. Oh, check this out! Monday night, the Virginia Hemp Coalition is coming on.
Mm.
I think there'll be 7 people on screen, including me. And
Hemp fan, huh?
I
see.
thought it was because they reached out to me and were like, "We saw you on Majority Report. Can we come on your show?" And I was like, "Yes." And they were like, "Okay, I'll send you profiles for all the people."
And you
coming
know,
on.
like Matt, like was telling everyone that story. Like he told the dog that story. They saw me in Majority Report. They want to come on. He was telling his wife, like, she's probably like, yeah, Majority Report.
Why wouldn't I? But
Like this is the
so-
biggest shining example of your life.
So then I was like, "Oh, there's going to be a lot of people on." Because I at first
Mm.
I was like, "Yeah, come on for a 30-minute segment. It'll be real super easy and fun." And then I was like, "No, we're gonna have to go longer than 30 minutes, or else not everyone's gonna get a chance."
Yeah,
to talk,
everyone
I'm
will
sure,
get like
but-
3 minutes of words in. It'll be like Bernie Sanders at the 2019 and 20 debate.
But if having a guest on the show raises the legitimacy of that show, what is having 6 guests on there? I mean, that's got it. They trust 6 people. Trust me. It's gotta
You've
say
got
something.
Fortunately,
Lobbying.
Yes, and I have a semi-serious thing, but Andrea, what were you saying?
oh well, fortunately, I am actually going to be lending Letterhack some credibility coming on his show tomorrow.
That's right.
And without that appearance, if I didn't show up tomorrow, there's no way this hemp crew would show up. So like it's a stepping stone. I'm providing the legitimacy and
Everyone's just
frankly
like crew.
the credibility that Letterhack needs to get the security of this guest, because they're going to be looking at like the morning of, they're going to look at the recent appearances. They might see me up there and they're going to go like, oh, okay, yeah, we're good.
So he's legit. All right, he's a actual guy. All right, well,
Oh yeah, actual guy.
Do you remember what we're going to be talking about, Andrea?
We're going to be talking about how stupid Trump voters are.
Yep.
We're going to be talking about the
FAFO.
yeah, whether or not the regretful Trump voter is as much of a thing as the media would have us believe, or is it just a manufactured hot topic? Either way, what difference does it make in their actual votes next time around? And no matter what we decide on that, can we get them to work with us on certain policy now? So don't say anything. We'll talk about it tomorrow. That's
Yeah, I got
tomorrow.
a lot to say on this topic. I might even surprise you. So tune in.
That would be
tomorrow.
a
What is that?
first.
At 10 a.m. It would be a first that I surprised you. I've never surprised you in your life, ever.
Not yet.
when
What am I gonna say next? Write it down. Get a pen and paper. Write it down. Let me see you write down. what you're
I
about-
won't be
Oh, I had
surprised,
write it
whatever
down.
it is.
get a pen and paper.
Yep.
There's a number
Write
of
down what you
things.
think I'm gonna
I don't
say.
have time to write down all the possibilities, but it's going to be
Mm.
one of them.
Okay, wait. I am gonna
Yep,
write down.
Let's play this game. What do you think I'm gonna say?
Hey, real quick, while I'm
She's
writing
gonna
this,
say,
Matt,
"Go fuck
ask
yourself."
the Virginia Hemp Coalition, please,
Yeah.
please, for advice on lobbying. I think that's something we all need to get better at doing.
Do you think they're doing some lobbying?
Yes, I think that's the main reason they exist. 100%. Yeah.
No.
I don't know how to spell this
Um,
word, but I'm going to spell it enough that you understand
Yep.
what I'm trying to spell. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we'll see if Jake accurately predicted what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say is I do not love Matt.
Oof.
Frankly.
Ooh, I'm not
said spaghetti.
surprised. Why? That's not
Spaghetti.
surprising. Spaghetti. That's not.
I now
surprising.
you will be shocked or not to know I had spaghetti for breakfast.
Not.
Know what
I
I,
mean,
had for
that's fine.
breakfast? I had
Need a
sag
steak.
paneer, homemade
Mm.
sag paneer for breakfast with rice.
Why are you guys eating so fancy for breakfast?
Well, Jake, I'm in the South, so
I had,
my options are do it yourself or suffer the consequences.
I grabbed a fork full of leftover spaghetti and put that bitch on a piece of bread. I don't know if I'd call that fancy, but
You know what I
You
had
did?
for breakfast, I had Taco Bell at 5:30 p.m. for breakfast, like every other red-blooded
It's not bad.
consumer.
Taco Bell's the only fast food I'd ever consider eating. So
Yeah. Gang. I think I'm gonna scram.
Okay. Yeah, it's 11:58 p.m. on the East Coast. The Letter Hack Daily starts at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. That's
It
Thursday.
starts at 10
or in a
a.m.?
couple of minutes today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
Jake made it to the end of the show. You wanna
Jake, you wanna-
stay on for the post show chat room hours? Because whenever we end the show, we actually do like 30 minutes of talking about how shitty the chat was.
Oh
you know,
yeah, I'll do that.
And Jake usually misses that part. So because that's when we
Yeah.
also usually talk about how much we don't like Jake, you know. So it's gonna kind of
Yeah, I
awkward,
see.
but you know.
You can still do it. I'll
Carlos,
step
do you
out for a
wanna-
second.
You want to promote your stuff, Carlos?
Yeah, sure. I do live streams Monday through Thursday, around 5 p.m. So join me on Twitch or YouTube.
And
Not
if you want to
Friday,
talk
though?
bad about anybody who will remain anonymous,
Um,
it's good to get it off your chest.
yeah,
like
I mean,
the
I guess
Team
we
Denise.
should just wait until the show's over.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's usually
Off air.
Pinkerbell. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's like the last person.
Oh man.
Hey, T-Bone.
Oh shit. Is T-Bone here? Oh, T-Bone. Nice.
Hey, T-Bone. You're very popular. Sandy loves you, man.
Yeah, fucking won't shut the fuck up.
Andrea, not so much, but
Good old T-Bone.
I think you're fine. So you're
I'm a
getting there.
vegetarian, so I'm not, you know.
I've promoted my stuff. I gotta say though, apologies in advance for any scheduling snafus that may
Uh-huh.
come up in the near future. The Letter Hacks world is on its ear right now. I'm not in the wind.
He's
I'm
going
very
back and forth to that
attentive
toy
to
store,
something.
you know,
No,
like
you know, I am very attentive to something, a need. It's
for toys.
I'm being very selfless. It is not me taking time for myself or being lazy. Believe me, I want to just sit here and do this all the time. It's not possible. So anyway, just throwing that out there.
Very selfless, drawing art for the toy store and then driving over there 15 times a day to say, "Hey guys, got
It's
a
an
new
hour
toy?"
away. I can't do it 15 times a day. It's an hour and
Yeah, you can.
20 minutes one way.
It's called speeding.
I have a way we could end this, which might work if you're
Another
we could just
poll?
see.
And I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, we need an exit poll on this. We need an exit poll because
idea.
that's
That's a great dad joke right at the end.
Well, I was just thinking doing one of these.
I'm not 100% sure what that was, but
You didn't let him finish. He was
I don't
gonna
know what
stink.
one of these is.
He was gonna stink off the screen.
Oh, we
Yeah,
should
it
have all
was-
slinked away.
Yeah,
I
you
was
totally
gonna creep
fucked it
under
up.
the desk. A
Yeah,
big fat
totally.
stomach got in the
It-
way.
You know, leave it up to fucking Matt over here to just shit all over the fucking exit. Jake
And
stays
don't-
here for the first time in the entire history of the show, and then Matt
Jake
fucks up the
playing
exit. Can you believe that? What
More
the
work
fuck?
than absolute bare minimum. Basically,
that
as common
is
as,
why-
as Haley's Comet.
It's proof that Matt is the most right wing.
I would like to
Oh.
thank
true.
I would like to thank Carlos, the most left-wing guy I've ever met, for being on the show.
Trajectory
somehow
on
made it.
Carlos is going upward.